Welcome to tea time. Here we go. I've got my tea. Alex has got his tea. Okay. Oh.
He's got water.
Deroir's got water. That's kind of the same. It's basically the same as tea.
Pretty
and
much.
Inks has got nothing.
99% the same.
Ink drinks that weird tea from a can.
Oh.
That doesn't count.
Oh, yeah, okay, there we go.
It's actually not tea, it's sparkling water or something.
Sparkling water.
Sparkled water. Yes.
We have someone called Weary Stare in chat.
Yeah, I love that. Fucking...
Alright, anyway, okay, guys, Guild Wars 2. To the topic, guys, to Guild Wars 2.
Finally.
Finally, yes. Now, one of the reasons why we have Deroir is because I know he's going to be very excited about this. Okay,
Yes.
I know we could probably just let him talk for 2 hours actually about the
Go ahead, go.
about the excitement that is about to happen, and that is, of course, the Festival of the Four Winds is returning to Guild Wars 2 on Tuesday.
Not only that, but also the pavilion. What up?
Yes.
Oh,
Two festivals in one.
2 festivals in one.
Yeah.
A combo festival, guys.
There's content.
Yes.
Content.
They're recycling it, but it's content. They're bringing it back.
I mean, I don't mind the recycle, really. Does anyone? I mean, that's been the whole shtick of the festivals, anyways. It's recycled content. The fact that they've already gone out and said there's at least new rewards like weapons and armor and
New bosses as well.
other things. Yeah, there is some new stuff. But
Well,
yeah,
and they've updated the cliffs to be a mount playground or whatever, right? So it's it is recycled to some extent, but it's a big refresh for the festival as well.
Yeah.
and is it really going to feel recycled when we haven't seen it in 4 years?
No.
Well, no,
Like,
that's kind of the point. I mean, I think some of the, aside from the marionette, I think certainly the arena section of the pavilion was probably some of the most popular content of season 1, and that was pretty much justified when they brought it back about a year later for the Jubilee.
Yeah.
For the repeat of the Jubilee, and everyone went mental for it again. So it's kind of surprising that they've waited 3 years to bring it back. But I guess with sort of the success that Super Adventure Box has had, coming like an old festival coming back, and now it's repeating every year.
it actually seems to me, it seems like it's a case of like they just needed the right team or a team, at least any team really, because it seems like the what do they call it? The rapid releases team, the ones that do the fractal, or not the fractals, the festivals and the current events and all that jazz. It seems to be that they were really just missing something, which we've all known. We've been missing this for like 5 years. We haven't seen the any summer activities in the entire lifespan of GW2. So there was this like huge gap where they could easily put something in, and it seems like that was exactly what they just went ahead and did after what was the last one then? Super Adventure Box.
Yeah,
Right.
They were like, hey, we've got time.
And the good news here is that a lot of people that come into the stream have never experienced it because it hasn't been around since 2000.
Yeah.
So, anybody who started playing in 2014 or after has a good chance of never having experienced this content at all.
At this point, I would say that a large portion of the player base has certainly never experienced it. Right? For all intents and purposes, it's pretty fresh. It's pretty fresh and pretty new.
I mean,
for a lot of people. And, well, on top of that, it is worth noting that the entire thing is getting a bit of a new lick of paint anyway. As Alex was saying earlier, the entire thing is getting a bit... There's going to be new bosses as well. And, well,
5 new bosses.
New bosses, okay. And I believe... Am I correct in saying that there's some stuff being added to the Gauntlet as well? In addition to the boss blitz thing?
I believe that is where the bosses are.
So yeah, because the Gauntlet was kind of cool the first time around, because when it was originally launched, we got champion bags for the first time.
Yeah,
which I don't know if you guys remember life before champ bags, but it was a cold, barren wasteland of nothingness. and
And they gave us bags and bags.
They gave us bags, but they gave us what, another 30 loot weapon skins as well.
Yeah, all the unique ones that you could get in the chat packs.
Yeah, like and
yeah, right.
Like, so you got like Lord Terror's Shadow, which I still see Mesmers on with every single day I'm logged in.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cobalt, the flaming blue greatsword, which just still looks fantastic. And give it a lick of paint, give it an update, maybe slide a few new skins in.
It's going to be interesting to see, actually, in terms of like the champion backs, because we've got many other different sources of just getting bags, like, or Basin or whatever meta events. Like, we've got bags for days everywhere. So it's going to be really interesting. One of the reasons why it was such a huge farm hit back when it came out was because it was an immense amount of champions gathered in one spot, and they were rapidly repeating. That was the go-to.
Yeah.
But we have that. We have many of those situations right now in the game that just come in different varieties. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not this farm is actually worth it nowadays.
Well, I think that the big draw for this particular farm, of course, will be earning the current. If some people have it stocked up, but a lot of us won't have currency stocked up for the new armor and weapons and whatever else they release reward-wise with this, as well as apparently you'll be able to earn a lot of the old stuff as well.
Well, yeah, like the sovereign, the sovereign weapon skins which came in first. You can still get them in the game. There's the historical rewards vendor tucked away somewhere in Lion's Arch, near the Laurel vendor. But like no one,
the sovereign weapons are extremely expensive to get right now, though. As far as if I remember correctly, they're extremely expensive because
you better watch out.
The content hasn't been available for a long time.
Yeah,
I have all of the sovereign weapons, so I expect my account's going to take quite the
take the hit,
value hit.
Bit of a hit.
It's going to take the value hit when these get re-released, but that's okay.
Yeah. And well, the new rewards as well. I mean, that's going to be a big drive for where you're going to farm this. I mean, it's always, I would imagine it will be decent gold to do it. I think they'll want to make it profitable because after the last map, there was kind of a bit of a clamoring for something repeatable to do, and well, here you go, right? This is going to be repeatable. You got to grind everything out, and of course, you can even repeat the Gauntlet, right? I mean, you can with all those what are they called? Like the things that make it harder. The little challenges. You set yourself on fire the entire time or something.
What were they called? You could like give yourself stacks of vulnerability and that kind of thing, couldn't you? And it was like,
gambits. Yeah. So you know you haven't beaten it. You haven't beaten the Queen's Gauntlet until you've done all of them with with like 7 gambits on or whatever. You got to set yourself on fire the entire time. So there's plenty of stuff to do. This is actually unironically like a bigger patch than the actual story patch, dude. Seriously, like, with the festival, with the Queen's Gauntlet and the Labyrinthine Cliffs as well. It's actually insane. Yeah. It's crazy. There's going to be so much to do for it. And if they're revamping it with new rewards, there's mount races and there's do they say adventures as well? Actually, there's a few adventures as well. Like wow, there's actually going to be quite a lot to do. To be fair, right?
There's some sort of casino blitz like meta as well in the cliffs that they've added.
Yeah,
it's just going to be a whole ton of repeatable content that we desperately need right
now. There's still gonna be some proper grinding to do and a lot of fun activities, which is really good, right? And what it looks like is there is going to be kind of something for everyone, right? If you're if you want to be hardcore, you can hone your 1v1 skills against weird enemies. You can grind stuff really hard. You can farm stuff really hard. You can experience mounts. If you like mounts, you can go and go to the cliffs and fly around and go crazy and do some mount races or do some kind of fun memes over there. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see. And I don't know.
There's a big potential of a material sink as well. Which should make Sam Majesty pretty happy.
This really hacked me off when they first put it in. So for the guys that missed it, when the Zephyrite thing first came along, they were like, you can earn Zephyrite rewards by giving us all of your silk, all of your iron, all of your all of your leather and stuff. And I was like, yeah, labyrinthine rewards, chucking it all in. And then 3 weeks later, they bring out Ascended Armor.
Oh my god.
And you need all of it, yeah.
I was like,
This is great.
Nice.
Timing. Great.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be a new Black Lion chest. I know Teapot's excited.
Oh! I have
150
300 keys. I have 300 keys prepared.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
Watch as the thing that you
I
get
have
out of
three.
it is just the Sephirite bags that you trade for common materials.
Yeah.
That's maybe going to be it.
Maybe.
Wouldn't
if the
actually
top
be
prize-
bad, probably.
What if the top prize is that little statuette that you got the first time, and you can click on it and it gives you a little
Oh, no.
sword?
It'll be something different this time, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
Hopefully. At least give it a full HD version.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's not the chests are not my fault, guys. All right. So I had 300 already. Okay, for this current one, when Deepstone came out, and it was rubbish. So I didn't open them all. So now I just have a bunch left over. And then Roy sent me some more as well. So I have like over 300 keys ready to go.
What's even in the current Black Lion chest? I know there's like
Trash.
the plasma skins because I got a plasma longbow this morning. But
This is trash.
the Scarab back piece.
oh
minis.
yeah, oh, that looks quite cool, but not cool enough for me to pour money in.
Yeah. It's
and the
not.
minis,
It's not great,
those are really
unfortunately.
the only two draw.
Oh, there's the exalted gloves as well. Which
Yeah,
They were
if
there
you missed that
last
from
time.
last time.
oh, were they?
So,
Alright.
so the new chest will probably still have the Scarab back piece, plus whatever the new Zephyrite thing is.
Yeah. This is a good opportunity to let's be honest, boys. Okay. This is an opportunity to sell some goddamn mount skins and skins in general. Okay. People love that shit. People love Zephyrite stuff. Yeah. People love
Jeez.
Zephyrite.
I
Okay.
wouldn't mind actually. This time I want another set of like 15 randoms. Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
It'll
Buy
be
all
more
of
than
them,
that.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be more than that.
You wanna-
now,
you-
it's the beetle.
You just
yeah, right.
You
What's
know,
Zephyrite Beetle skin?
So 18, probably.
Is it? Yeah.
18 skins. Yeah.
Yeah. Deroir just
Aw.
wants a new top post on Reddit, man. That's what he wants. He wants like the top of all time posts Reddit to change.
Fuck off.
He just wants some proper drama to go against. So yeah, I don't know. well, one.
Sexist mount skins.
Oh my god.
One thing I'm a little curious about is how the how different the lore is going to be, right? Because obviously there's been a little bit of a situation since we last saw the Zephyrite
There has.
with them kind of crashing and all and dying.
Yeah, I mean,
So
Dying.
yeah,
So one
It's-
of the articles, and I don't remember which one. One of the fan sites had an article with Matthew Medina, who is a narrative team member, developer. So he said that there would be updated lore for the Zephyrite.
But only a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
because I think the whole idea of the festivals and all that content is that it's time locked, isn't it? That it takes place within a specific time of.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that the festival itself can't be like, we've been devastated, our master is dead, and yada yada yada.
But that's been like, I mean, okay, if we are to like speculate about the story, I guess for just a hot minute, it's been 2 years since they crashed. The big airship is gone. What?
More than two.
That was
Okay,
first
it's-
episode of season 2,
Sorry.
wasn't it? It's like 2013.
3 years ago since they crashed.
exposed.
The characters, yeah, exactly. The characters that we're probably going to be seeing are the ones that are probably in Dry Top, or around there. One of the characters, which is apparently going to be in the Gauntlet as a boss, seemingly, at least that's where the image is the Master of Lightning, which was one of the aspect masters of the Sephiroths, who's apparently going to be a new Gauntlet boss. But she's going to be around. Other than that, we don't really know. So we can only speculate. I don't think we're going to have any integration really into like the actual characters of the Living story. So I don't think we're going to be seeing Aurene. I think we're going to be like, Aurene is going to be insinuated, like her presence is going to be discussed, but we're not going to see her.
Yeah, I mean,
same
this
goes
is
for Marjorie and Casimir and all that.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
what's gonna drive it is what's it called? Ellen and that Char dude. Yes, exactly.
Evan Nashblade. Hashtag.
Evan Nashblade.
If the Americans want to talk about rigged elections for one damn second.
Unbelievable.
This is just an off-topic sort of thing with them, right? This is not any of the main characters really involved.
Yeah, and that's understandable. I mean, if you put the main characters in the story, it gets a bit... in festivals, it gets a bit weird, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to keep changing it. Otherwise, it's going to... Well, that's just complicated. That's unnecessary, you know. And that's not what it's supposed to be, right? I mean, you might see some slight integrations into the events that have transpired, right? Like maybe they'll talk about, I lost my best friend in the crash. Feels bad, man. Yeah. You know, that sort of thing. But, you know, it's not going to be that much. Yeah, just like that. I mean, hey, think about it. Guys, it's been it's been like 3 or 4 years. So, I mean, you know, they're over it. Okay, it's not a big deal. They can make a new airship. All right?
The boss is dead.
I think if anything, we're just going to see very generic story for them, like story that can be repeated year after year after year. So it's not going to be integrated into the last living story necessarily with Aurene either. They might talk about Glenn's egg and like the champion. They might refer to her, but not in like a present time kind of deal. I feel like what they want is for the content to just like the festival content to just be easily implemented again the next year without updating the story. They don't want to drive the story on with the festivals. They want to have that be
but it'll be like we're gathering our people from the desert, or we're less scattered, or whatever.
Something like
minor stuff, but still sort of a closing of what's going on with the Zephyrites, because they've been sitting in the desert for years, right?
A couple of years now, yeah.
Which is also because I've seen there's a few places people getting hyped about the potential for the Zephyrites to have gone to Cantha, because they are a trade.
Did you just say the C word?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, guys.
It's not gonna happen.
What if they need to collect a bunch of wood and string and cloth to make a new airship?
It has to be the right wood. I mean, you can go to a place in what's it called? In ore, and you can just farm that all over. Just use all of your
elderwood logs, man.
Yeah, elderwood logs. Easy.
But that's what I'm saying. We've got to donate all those materials so they can build a new airship and sail to Cantha.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Cantha, bloody Cantha.
Of course, they can insinuate the potential of it being a future endeavor for them to keep trading with other nations, but I don't think that there's going to be anything of like the past 3 years of them going all over the world.
Well,
no,
I slightly disagree.
I mean, I don't know, man. Considering
oh my god.
I mean,
sorry.
their airship was pretty done in. Like there was nothing left of it. So let's say a couple of years to rebuild, and
But it's not even there. Like the airship.
No.
It's just the only thing that's there, at least in the trailer, is the city that was just built into the
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So they haven't seemingly done anything other than just gather up again. I might be wrong, but I just don't believe it.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's gonna go with the generic.
Yeah. It'll be interesting
because it's gonna be fine. I mean, there's nothing bad about it being a generic story. I much prefer that. The actual story is playable for players coming into the story later on. So
yeah. There was actually a Zephyrite enclave, an ex-Zephyrite enclave in Path of Fire, wasn't there? Right down in the bottom of Crystal Desert, that have been taken over by by bandits or something, or forged.
Was it?
Wait, was that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
I felt like I barely. You got
I don't quite recall, but okay.
It's down in the bottom right. It's Destiny Gorge or something like that. There's it's an ex-Zephyrite thing. So
it's sort of like their origin point where they started.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember it now. Brain fart. Yes. I know where we are in the world.
So there is going to be a component of the they are in the world, right? They are expanding out of their festival into reality. Then, so I mean, hey, you never know, right? I mean, hey, there's a big theory that we're going to Cantha in the next expansion, right? Coincidence that they're being reintroduced now, guys. Okay, how are we going to get there?
Yeah, never
flying. Okay, boom. Okay, Timey helps them build a new airship, and we fly to Cantha.
Well, we already have the airships there. Like, the airships that are going to take us to the Sephiroth now are in the big cities. It's Ellen Keel transporting us.
We don't need them then. We don't need them then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need them. We've got our boats. We can go. We've
got our floating boats. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine.
We know that there's going to be a new outfit for Queen Jenna and Ellen Keel as well.
Yeah.
Gem store outfits, more than likely.
Is it though? Because like the crown that Jenna is wearing is already in the game.
I think the dress that she's wearing is new, isn't it?
I thought there was an article about their new outfits.
It might be, but I'm pretty sure the crown at least, and perhaps the shoulders, but I haven't looked at it too closely, are already in the game.
Well, you know there's going to be an outfit regardless in the gem store.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean,
in the gem store.
In the gem store.
The gem store.
I won't be buying it, but it'll be there in the gem store.
That or mounts, please. Mounts, please.
Yeah.
What would you like to? What would your Zephyrite mount theme be?
Lightning themes, yes.
Lightning themed beetle.
Probably the aspects in some capacity.
How many aspects are there? 3?
3 lightning, fire, and air.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, lightning.
Could be.
There's like, there's like the lightning one.
So then the question is, are they going to do a 6-pack or are they going to do a grab bag?
Both. Why do one when you can do both?
They're not going to do both.
They've already done both, man. They've already done.
Yeah,
both.
but not at the same time.
But not at the same time. That's what I mean.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna be much more akin to the last system we saw, where you can just pay extra to get the one that you actually want.
That's what I mean.
3 times the amount. Yeah, so the grab bag. So
yeah.
Mount skins feels good, man. I mean, it's good. It's good potential. You got to fund that expansion somehow, dude. You know, you got.
Yeah.
You got to get that cash, okay? Listen, boys, okay? If you don't get the cash, okay? If you don't get the mount skins, how do you get Wing 6? Okay, how do you get a new raid wing? The answer is you don't. You don't get it.
I thought Wing 6 was already done. We're not.
Okay, Wing 7.
Here.
Wing 7. Wing 7. All right, Wing 7. You gotta get.
Let's get Wing 6 first before we talk about Wing 7.
Wing 6 is the extra 5 bosses in the pavilion.
Don't be rational,
dude. Right. Just think of the spice. Okay, if it turns out if they just randomly put a new raid, except it's actually the Queen's Gauntlet in this patch, then that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But it would be such a good troll. Damn. So yeah, you guys want Wing 6? Hey, here you go. We just put it in randomly. Like you guys have got no idea.
It's more or less confirmed though. Just to it's not gonna happen. It's more or less confirmed though now that they have been split apart. Like the fractals and the raid releases have been split, and the raid is coming with the next living story. It's more or less confirmed.
Wait, so you go for that theory?
It's not really a theory. I think it was Jason himself who commented about it, saying that we have split it and they are linked to the living story releases. So by definition, that wording implies.
Yeah, I thought it was certainly implicit.
On top of that, they said that only voiceover really had to be done, and right before they left for SDCC, a bunch of them flew down for voiceover work. So. Probably the raid voiceover stuff.
Yeah,
but so you're telling me I have to wait 2 months? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
I was pretty much going to say just the same thing there. It's only another 2 months to wait before the next living story is supposed to be
2 months.
Oh no!
Do you know how long it's been? It's been like 9 months already, dude. It's been 9 months since the last raid, dude. That would have been
really?
Yes.
It's been 9 months. Jesus.
It will have been nearly a year for one raid wing.
So you misunderstood when they said 6
content drop.
When they said 6 wings a year, what they really meant was 1 raid wing a year. You misunderstood the English language. It didn't translate well.
I don't know, man.
You misunderstood.
This is my punishment. Okay, guys. Do you know this is my punishment? Because right at the start of 2018, I said, this is going to be the year of Guild Wars 2. I was like, yeah, dude, they're going to nail it. They're going to, smash out, 3 raid wings in 1 year. It's like, oh my God. What a disaster. Why did I say that? I ruined everything. I probably broke ArenaNet by saying that, actually, and therefore counted the raid release. But you know what? At least we got some cool festivals, and you know what this makes me think of, guys. Okay,
the fucking segue there.
Yeah, here's a segue. You know what?
At least I'm not crying all the time.
Yeah. Okay. You know what it makes me think about? Okay, what if they intend, now that they're fixing some of the old stuff that got balked when they basically did Heart of Thorns, like, well, everything. Yeah. Okay. Do you think we're gonna start seeing a bit of a revival of some of the unused content, right? Maybe they bring back Tower of Nightmares. Maybe they bring back, well, they kind of did that in the Fractal, I guess, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe they bring back the Marionette fight. You know, that was very popular,
I think it's
right?
Possible. Redoing the Marionette as a Fractal, I think it's quite possible because if you have to separate, you probably like just ignore the 5-lane thing unless you deliberately split everybody up, and then that kind of defeats the point of group content, doesn't it?
Well, you don't need the lane thing anyway. You just split the players into 5 different.
Well, that's what I mean. If you're doing it in a Fractal, at some point you're going to be splitting people up, so it sort of defeats the point of group content if everyone keeps failing on one of. Because there was always one particular boss that people would fail on. I can't remember what it did, but I remember it really used to be a problem in the event itself. But yeah, like sticking that back in for like a 2-week festival every now and again. And
I'd be surprised, actually. I would.
I mean,
I think this is the extent of what we're going to see.
Yeah.
I think
festivals.
Yeah, I think if anything, there's going to be maybe one Fractal, maybe, and I'm not even betting money on that. Addressing, well,
the previous stuff, yeah.
Yeah, just like Scarlet in general, in some capacity, it's either going to be the Marionette or the like Lion's Arch fight.
Like the breach make of it.
Yeah, but I really don't actually see it. I don't see it happening. I think this is the extent of what we'll see from Living Worlds Season 1.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. As much as people are fond of specific bits of Season 1, not all of Season 1, because we wouldn't want to have Frame and Frost Prelude stuck in as a Fractal. Can you just imagine that? 5 people wandering around an instance of Wayfarer Foothills clicking on signs. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Easy life. But you've kind of got to move forward, haven't you? You can ride the nostalgia train for a bit, and that's kind of what they did with Path of Fire. And for me, Path of Fire is a superior expansion in every way from Heart of Thorns. I just enjoy it that much more. But there was a point to which it kind of sat back on the laurels of Guild Wars 1, and I think to some extent it relied a little bit too heavily on that Guild Wars 1 and Nightfall lore. I think that's what we've seen a little bit here as well. In Long Live the Lich, everyone's just going, whoa, Palo Ojoko. It's like, this is what it's about, in place of actual kind of replayability, substantial long-term content.
Yeah,
I think that's the direction that you have to move forward in. Like, for example, with Raid Wing 6, you've got to prioritize that content and put the new stuff in the game to propel the game forward rather than looking back all the time.
On that note, exactly. If you guys have seen the latest like Fractal developer chat on the Guild chat, whatever thing, Ben also talks about how he's always trying to look at doing things in a new way or in a new light, and it seems like the team is focused on like the newer content, like the newer stories.
Yeah,
I think they are past the old stuff, I guess. Internally, I wouldn't be surprised, at least, but obviously I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a few bits and pieces of old content, haven't we? I mean, obviously in Fractals we've got the Nightmare Tower and we've got the Molten Boss as well.
Yeah, but like the Nightmare Tower is like it has nothing to do with with the Nightmare. Like there's no correlation, even only thematically. Only the final boss, Encelis. That's it, and that's fine. I don't really mind that necessarily, but yeah. Anyways, the stuff that we are getting, the new stuff that we are getting,
is Gordon.
It's Gordon. We're getting that fucking butt kini, yo. Dude, dude shaking his ass like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, dude.
Gordon.
Gordon, the sexy Choya.
The sexy Choya,
that's coming this time around.
Yeah,
Gordon is the
butt.
Ooh.
Little Gordon butt.
Dude, you're gonna get me banned. You're getting me banned. What the fuck is this?
I'm not joking, by the way. Like, Gordon is the he's the racing Choya that's been in every single festival so far. And every single festival, he has a new outfit. This time around, they've been teasing 2 videos of him basically just dancing and shaking his butt, and it's very, very clear in those videos that the dude is wearing a and yes, I say dude because it's Gordon. He's wearing a bra on his butt. So his entire ass crack is just visible, but his butt cheeks are covered, and he's dancing around.
Butt cheeks covered, but
it'll probably be a mini or tonic, or maybe both that you can earn, right?
I want that tonic, yo. I wanna be able to shake my butt like that all over the place. Yes,
there you go.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very good.
That's the new rewards we're getting.
That's the new.
If ever there was a chance that we would get bikinis or other underwear in this game, now is the time. We're getting.
You have to be a Choya though.
You have to be a Choya.
Do you remember when the second South Sun event came out and you got underwear Farron and bikini
and Casimir, yeah,
bikini Casimir, and just the price difference on the trading post between Casimir and Farron?
There still is a large difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
This community sickens me.
Come on, boys. Okay, it's a travesty that Farron dude needs to be more expensive. Okay, let's be honest here. Like the Farron. Go on. Like with the amount of gachi, everyone loves gachi here. Like, how is Farron not the most expensive one? Okay? Yeah. What's going on? Okay, they're rigging this. It's rigged.
Posters.
Okay?
Jesus.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Can we start a rumor that? Can we start a rumor that Mini Farron is part of a recipe for the next Living World best in slot food?
We're starting it now, guys.
Market manipulation.
Mini Farron is part of a recipe for the new best in slot food.
Yeah.
Insider trading here. Let's go.
This reminds me of the one time that we did it. Well, Salt and actually Market Manipulator. We actually managed to convince
Bay Leaves, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Bay Leaves. Yeah. Weren't you actually there for that? Actually, weren't you around for that?
I was all over that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we bought up loads of Bay Leaves and vials of enchanted water, and it was so good that the people who watched the wasn't there like a special Reddit account for this, and he would just post about this stuff. Yeah. It was like, we saw this. These things are being market manipulated. Quick, guys, okay? Just take note. Take note, guys. They're being Bay Leaves are being market manipulated, okay? Boom.
Too funny.
Okay? Yeah. Some people made a lot of money out of that, actually.
People are so gullible. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Kevin made some good money out of that.
Yeah. We did a few fake posts. We leaked the fact that the Bay Leaves are going to be best in slot food for the next thing. It's good. It's all very good.
Get your mini Farrons, guys. Get your mini Farrons.
Yeah.
Get your mini Farrons.
Get those mini Farrons. You're going to need them.
Blender.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Pokemon Go, blend them and feed them to it. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I need to see what the difference is. Mini Farron, he's not even 3 gold.
How much is Casimir?
I don't think Casimir's very expensive anymore. South Sun
Casimir, it's 19 gold.
Yeah.
That's what 6 times the price, though, isn't it?
She actually catapulted back up. She was down to 10 gold at one point.
Hey.
Wow.
I think that was, you could get it out of the Blackline mini collection thing.
Claim tickets.
Yeah, so they drop.
Yeah, you could get both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get Farron for 3 gold, and you can buy Casimir for 19 gold. Okay, that's all it costs. It's really not that expensive. So, and honestly, guys, let's be real here. Okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna pick like 6 Farrons or 1 Casimir. I think that's an obvious choice. Okay, come on.
Obvious.
Are you kidding me, guys? Are you gonna pick 1 Casimir over having 6 Farrons all over you? Please, guys, come on. Fucking serious?
Master for that extra DPS.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, wow. Well, okay. Yes.
Yeah. To kind of readjust the topic, okay, away from South Sun, Casimirs, and Farrons. Festivals in general are pretty. I'd say having stuff like this is really good, right? In general, and that's what I was talking a little bit. But maybe they bring back some of the older content as a festival, right? So maybe you have the marionette active. You have like we're gonna role play the destruction of Lion's Arch again. And we've used a giant mesmer illusion and it's back to old Lion's Arch.
Okay, let me just visualize that in the IRL scenario. Let's just reenact 9/11 and call it a festival, mate. That's literally what you're suggesting here in the lore. Everyone's just traumatized, like from this. Everyone living there, it's like, oh my god, the horror. Let's relive it.
Someone was so traumatized by the destruction of life, they got a sex change.
That's true.
Okay. Wow. Exactly. Shit's happened right there. It's not gonna come back in a festival. That would just be insane.
Why not, dude? Right. Okay. All right. The fight though with the holographic stuff was really cool, right?
Why?
Yeah. It's right. Okay.
Oh my god.
Listen, I think so. That sort of thing could be really cool. I think, especially seeing as you can run it every year and boom, that's just free content, right? Because think about it. If you have a 12-month break there or thereabouts, right? You do it once a year. You're going to basically have forgotten about it by the time it comes around again, so you're going to get back into that fresh content. Dude, every time, what happens every time Halloween comes around? Okay? People start going crazy. Labyrinth. Okay?
Yeah,
boom.
But people don't really get back into the 9/11 spirit, though, do they?
Well, I mean, I'm not. It's not 9/11, guys. You don't have to do.
It's like it's Gilmore's equivalent.
Well, look, okay. What the players are not NPCs, guys. The players are not traumatized. Okay, only the NPCs are, right? Okay.
I mean, we were there. Battle though. It's like a firefighter going back. No, okay, now.
No. Look. I mean, I realize it would be a little insensitive, but it would be really good content for the players. Look.
I mean, yeah, as a game, yes, definitely.
Yes, it's a game. Yeah, a game. I'm not.
Lore-wise, it's pretty just insane.
Guys, I'm not into the mega roleplay. I don't know if I don't know how hardcore you guys are, P, but I don't like get in tune with my character's emotions. And oh my goodness, Lion's Arch. I mean, honestly, okay, I'm not gonna lie, right? Did anyone here actually care when Lion's Arch got burned down?
No,
it was for the better.
Well, yeah, man. Oh, so you're saying 9/11 was for the better, Deroir? Oh yeah, okay, all right. So.
Oh wow, this is going to be a good one to have on your YouTube channel, isn't it?
Right.
So Griffin races. We're going to have a Griffin race in the Labyrinth Cliffs.
Yes,
it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think there's not going to be a beetle race, guys. I don't think that there's going to be all sorts of other mount races like.
Well, they said the Springer, the Griffin, and the Skimmer are like the three big mounts for the cliffs.
Exactly. Because the thing is, this is coming from someone who has now found experience with crafting beetle races myself. It's extremely hard to build a vertical beetle race that functions really well without it just going in spirals around itself. And the map that we're going to is very vertical. It's a tiny little map, but it's very vertical. It was one of the first very extremely vertical maps that we ever had in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the beetle is just gonna have a horrible time there actually. Also, I don't think they were actually designing the map or the map reworks based on the beetle actually being in the game at that point. I don't think they knew when the beetle was gonna come in.
Probably not.
I mean, it'll be kind of interesting to see what they do. I'd like to see a couple of mount races, like you say, with the Springer, the Raptor, and the Skimmer. But I wouldn't mind seeing one that combines collecting the aspects and the gliding as well, because I think there's a lot of because the last time the Zephyrite Sanctum was here, we didn't have gliding in the game. So kind of combining the two, combining the gliding as well as the aspects, I think could work really well. But then, like Deroir says, it's to take so many variables of plotting routes into account, and you've only got a particularly limited time to do it, and then the content is only around for a limited time anyway. You've got whether or not it's actually kind of worth it. And Sanctum Sprint's going to be coming back anyway. I'd certainly hope it's back for actually 4 weeks permanent rather than
I think I saw one of the interviews say that they're at least discussing the Sanctum Sprint. So I would assume that that's coming.
I hope so.
But then again, unless there's something new to it, because like last time the price for it was the aspect backpacks or back pieces.
Yeah.
Unless they add something to that, I'm not even interested in it. I have all the achievements for it now. It's like, so unless they add something new, it's just gonna be another dead in the water activity, I guess.
Yeah. But not for everyone, Deroir. Okay, not everyone has everyone has as many achievement points as you. Okay, you have to bear that in mind. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm generalizing off of my own perspective.
Yeah, oh my goodness! And what you must have learned about that by now, dude. No, we're not doing this anymore.
I'm about to go for a walk.
Speaking about achievements, I would assume that a lot of the old achievements will be back.
Probably
maybe
just
all of them. Yeah.
All the other.
Then they'll have
the
like
other what's it called, festivals. They're probably
they'll have a bunch of one-time achievements. They'll probably make you redo, like you said. They'll have yearly achievements that you need to do every festival, and then they'll have like the repeatable X number of time achievements, right? Like 3 different categories or whatever.
Yeah. That's the things I really like that again, because not only can you kind of grind out free AP, you can it allows people to not, even if you miss it, it's not like you're locked out of it, right? Because one of the things that is probably kind of annoying for, say, if you're an achievement hunter just joining the game, right? A lot of stuff you just can't get anymore. It's actually impossible. No. Well, not a lot of it, but some of it you just literally can't get anymore because it's not in the game anymore, and I imagine people kind of assumed that the Queen's Gauntlet was never really coming back, right? I think that would be a pretty fair assumption. I mean, if you'd asked me, I would have probably said, yeah, probably not, because it's been a little while, right? It's been a little while. So it's 5K is not obtainable anymore. Exactly. Yeah. So if you're an AP lad, right, and you love your AP, okay, that's annoying, right? That's a bit of a bummer, really.
That's a lot, isn't it? And I'm sure you guys have talked about this on TeaTime before. That how the AP are given out these days compared to how it used to be.
The old ones are hefty.
I think
400 or 500 ago, and now you're looking at what, 50, 60?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But like just to go into it, to do like a I guess like a technical perspective. One thing I realized the last time the Winter's Day was around was that the Winter's Day achievements, unlike the Halloween achievement, shared an achievement basically from the previous year, where the where the Halloween achievements were all new, like to the system. They were all new. It wasn't reused. Like it was the same kinds of achievement, but it wasn't the same achievement in the system. You know what I mean? But the Winter's Day were. Some of the Winter's Day achievements were. I'd already done them when I logged in, which weirded me out. I was like, what up? I think with this old content, like content that hasn't been touched in 4 years, we might be looking at completely new. So anyone who got the achievements beforehand will probably just retain that upper hand and just get new. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Especially because at the first time it was around, or the last time it was around, it was very centered around the election, the Evan Nash fight and the LA.
They can't really bring that back. Yeah, they can't really
do that again. They're bringing the characters back, like they're back in the map, but there's no election. I mean, Ellen Keel hasn't died, unfortunately.
Wow.
But yeah,
you can still buy them on. Let's try finding Keel badges on Spidey.
Oh yeah, easy.
Not very much.
That's I guess. Well, never mind. That my plan failed then. But I mean, I suppose for the other festivals that they do, I would imagine that they're kind of designed to be a bit of catch up, and that is why they eventually will bring back the the Lion's Arch battle. Okay, guys, that's why they eventually bring it back, so you can get the AP there as well. Okay. We reenact it. Someone rightly pointed out, okay, in Guild Wars 1, okay, you can repeat like the underworld. Well, what is it? It's like the demons. or whatever they are, like the creatures that come and attack Lion's Arch, and you can just roleplay that forever. Okay, you just roleplay it, and in the lore you roleplay it. Boom. Okay.
All right.
So it happens in Guild Wars 1, happens in Guild Wars 2. Okay, we're having all of Living Story 1 back. Okay, what from the past would you guys actually like to come back? What else should come back?
I just want new stuff. Easy.
New stuff?
Reaper's Rumble. Only PvP mode that I have ever enjoyed in the game.
Really?
Genuinely, yeah.
I've never actually tried it.
I fucking hate PvP.
The only year that I was there, I wasn't around.
Wow.
Oh, it was great. I loved it. Oh god, Fantaram's in chat. Sorry.
Fucking lol, dude. Holy shit.
Your game mode is trash.
What piece of old content would you like to come back? And Fantaram says Pro League. Nice meme.
I would like the Pro League to come back as well.
Oh, spice. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Marionette would be nice if that came back in some form or fashion. And I did like the meta event and Scarlet's battle on her airship or whatever the heck it was.
The Breachmaker thing was cool. Yeah.
Battle that music, dude. Battle on. Actually, have you guys heard Bondage on the Breachmaker?
Oh my god, no.
Yeah,
No.
Even that's gatchy, okay?
I'm
even
not
that's
familiar.
No, come on.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
gatchy.
familiar with that music track.
Yeah.
There's some things that shouldn't be meddled with, right?
Yeah. And you know what's even better? It's actually made by one of our own. It's actually a Guild Wars 2 themed gachi, obviously. It's got clips from various Guild Wars 2 community figures in it.
Was it Zach?
No, it was Rima. Rima did it. Okay. Bondage on the Breachmaker. But yeah, Battle on the Breachmaker is also very good.
I take it back. I have heard Bondage on the Breachmaker.
Oh, yeah, there you go. See? Yeah. Did you like it?
Oh, excellent. Top tier gachi.
Is it bad that I can't really think of anything I'd really like to come back?
That's the thing. It's season 1 content, man. It was all to do with finding their feet, finding out what worked, what didn't work, and you know.
Karka invasion. Let's fucking go.
Fuck.
You guys remember that? Okay.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember the 4 frames a second.
Do you guys remember like the 15-minute? Do you guys remember the 15-minute event where you just have to like kill Karkas endlessly and they're all champions? That was great.
Oh, God,
I remember getting DC'd and not being able to get back in to complete it.
I hated it so much, man. Like,
nice.
It was insane, dude. The lag. There were so many players doing it. I honestly loved that, dude. It was great. Okay, and then, dude, I love how naive ArenaNet were, and this is not an insult, guys. I love this. This is kind of like in infancy of the game, right? Okay, the end chest had like a massive chance to drop you a precursor, right?
Oh,
so they literally gave out like thousands and thousands of precursors just for free at the end. That's just like, oh my goodness. Like,
there was a guy in my party that got like got Dusk and what's Bifrost's precursor?
Legend.
The Legend. Yeah. So people, it was. I mean. But they were only going for like what 80 gold at the time, weren't they?
Yeah, that was a lot more back then, though, right? That was
80 gold. I remember when 80
gold was worth a lot more than it is today.
Yeah.
I got DC'd, so I got nothing. I didn't get chests or compensated in any way.
Good.
Yeah, let's do that event again.
I was on holiday. I didn't get anything. I didn't even get the experience.
Oh no! Oh, dude.
Well, that's what you get for having a life. How dare you take holiday?
How dare I?
I was an idiot and did it on level 50.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, feels bad. I didn't understand how loot tables worked back then.
Yeah.
Oh, have you learned?
Oh, how I learned. It was alright. I made up for it with my pirate runes and dungeons. So
yeah.
It's okay.
Well, but Deroir wants new content. You know, I respect that. Yeah. I do.
I don't mind. I don't mind the other stuff. I don't mind having or getting the Marionette or the Breachmaker, but I just personally I'd much rather look to new ventures, I guess.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
It's just
you got to keep moving forward. Otherwise you don't end with innovations in the game like raids. Like if they just kept looking backwards and just go take XYZ content, just slap it in a fractal. You know, we wouldn't have ended up with we wouldn't have ended up with the first raid wing, and it wouldn't have gone from there because they would look back and gone, oh well, we're sort of a casual sort of MMO. We want to do a little bit of endgame content. But no, you got to look forward. You got to look at your player base who are steadily getting better at the game. You got to look at the content that will challenge them, and you've got to look at the content that will advertise your game as well. Now, every time a new raid win comes out, you get what 1,200-1,300 viewers.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
That's amazing advertisement for the game.
Yeah, yeah,
and that's what pushes it forward, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they should continue to push a new map every story episode?
This is a really interesting point of debate, and it really depends. I don't think we know enough about the internals of the company to really say yes or no, but if it's causing the delay, and if it's causing a problem with the way they can finish the maps, then yeah, they shouldn't do that anymore. But I mean, just look at the Clown Fiesta that we had in the pre. This map is, I don't know, dude. I hate to beat a dead horse. I really do. But this map is trash. I mean, it's just, well. I mean, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's really not. Playing through it for one time, it's actually pretty cool.
It's a nice map.
Right? It's a nice map. It's a pretty map. It's got loads of stuff to do in it. There's like lore. It's got lore memes. Okay, it works with the story very well. But after that, you don't go around it again. Like, there's no point in doing it again. Yeah. The meta event, there isn't even a meta event, right? It's not even there, right?
It's barely a meta event.
But once you've beaten everything on the map once, there's really no reason. And it feels reminiscent of the original Living Story days, right? You just do it, it's over, right? And that's not really good for the player or for ArenaNet, right? Because ArenaNet invested a huge amount of time. It's really hard, right? Really difficult to make the whole map. Okay, and then people just play it through once.
Yeah. I suppose the difference was with the original Living Story content to do it. So you kind of have to blast through it as quickly as you can if you want all the achievements and all the skins and that kind of thing. But for stuff that's going to be permanent in the game, there needs to be that longevity. Now, me and my partner, we went into Domain of Corner, and I was like, all right, we've got a meta event. And we went in and we finished it. It's like, oh, is that it? And I was like, yeah, it zoomed out of the map. And it's like, can you see these 3 lanes? It's like, this is what was supposed to be happening. Everyone was supposed to be going into the middle. It's like, if they can't get a map done in time for a Living Story release, then yeah, they need to rethink the strategy. They said, look, is there anything we can do to kind of get some use out of some of the quieter old core maps or something like that? Now, I thought something that was really, really interesting that they did in Living World Season 2 with Drytop and the Silver Wastes was that certainly Drytop, as it went on, they gave you a little bit of the map, did the story. The next episode, they gave you a little bit more of the map. And then it kind of went along like that. And that was a really, really cool idea. And then at the end, you end up with the big map-wide meta, like the Sandstorms and that kind of thing. Yeah. And maybe having a larger area where you focus the living world, but then giving it to the players piecemeal, and that way it kind of builds up to like a final overall area with a final meta and something that's got a little bit more longevity if that's what they're aiming for.
If I can give some counterpoints, I guess.
You try to avoid a certain phrase there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly
do it.
That.
Lay it down. Debate me.
I don't think that it's an issue of getting maps every time. Like, I don't think that a new map every episode is a bad thing inherently. It can be done well, and they have proven that they can do it well. The issue becomes the issue arises when the scope of that map is just faulty. Yeah. Like the entire map. Well, it's like Teapot said, to not to beat a dead horse, but it's empty. It's empty. But we seem to forget that, what is it? 90% of every map in this game is empty. Like Zach pointed out here real quick, Snowden Drift has great replayability. Like, most of the game doesn't have replayability. It's the core of most maps, is that they're just maps. They're just visual. And one of the things that people so heavily were advertising for after Path of Fire for the next expansion, not after Path of Fire, after Heart of Thorns for the next expansion for Path of Fire, was some more open maps that just had scenery, like the core maps. We wanted more of that feel. And all of the processes, like all of the think tank, whatever brainstorming that has gone into this entire living story has been on the like coming from Path of Fire creation. So all of the same ideologies of design, they're integrated into these maps as well. So we're not looking at meta events. We would be hard pressed to even assume that is what's coming down the line, unless they change strategy because of all the feedback from the last 9 months, which by now, the next episode, we should be able to possibly see some course corrections. But for the first 3 episodes, it was almost inevitably going to be much of the same as Path of Fire.
Now, I don't disagree with anything you said there, right? Okay, so it's
allow me to disagree.
no, the thing is, like, in terms of the facts, like everything you said is accurate. In my opinion, everything you said there is accurate, right? But in my opinion, it is important if you have an MMO, right? It's very important to add replayable content to tide the players over. Like having core maps, the purpose of the core maps, right, is not the same as the purpose of the living story maps, in my opinion. So comparing Snowden Drifts, and you can make that comparison, I just think it's not a very good comparison. Snowden Drifts, well, and basically every core map basically functions as as a leveling experience, really. Right,
yeah.
And that's great, right? Those maps are great, and they do to a certain extent have replayability if you want to go get a legendary, right? And honestly, when I play through Snowden Drifts again, which I almost certainly will if I want to do another map completion, right? Honestly, I'll probably have a good time. I won't mind it, right? But I think it is a big issue if these living story patches are not adding replayable content to the game, because otherwise it just kind of feels like a lot of hard work has gone into this map, and the payoff for the player and the company isn't there. I don't think is absolutely the way I would feel about that.
My issue with the map, my biggest issue with the map, is the cardboard castle, the cardboard city. It's literally just that. Yeah, there's a big story instance inside, but the meta itself takes place in one little hallway, and that's it. And ArenaNet themselves said that it's, there's really nothing behind the scenes there necessarily.
It feels like a bit of a wasted opportunity. You think, right?
Big time, yeah, big time.
I mean, one of the good things about all the living world maps, which does give them a little bit of an element of replayability, is the fact that they have the achievements tied to them. That they have that certainly the season 3 has the legendary back piece tied to them. So you actually do have to go there, and you do have to farm the resources. And
do you mean Aurora?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
You're right.
Yeah. Never mind.
But the thing is, I guess once you do the map and say, for example, you get the home instance node, you just can mine it there. So it's kind of not a problem. But I don't know. I think that like Teapot was saying, I think there's a difference between the living world maps and kind of like the core Tyria maps. Aurora's a back piece, isn't it?
Aurora is a trinket. It's trinket.
Trinket. Sorry. Trinket.
That's why I got confused there for a second.
Yeah. Sorry. But I think you see in any MMO that you'll go and play, it's certainly not a Guild Wars specific problem that you go back to any of those maps in between the starter area and the end game. That anywhere you go, it's quiet. You do it in Warcraft, you do it in ESO, you do it in Wildstar, Terra, Rift, whatever. Those mid-level maps are always dead, and it's a genre-wide problem. It's not just a Guild Wars 2 problem.
I'm not so sure if that's necessarily a problem, though, right? That a lot of those maps are based around the player's journey themselves, right? And obviously, like, the end game zones, right? So, I mean, back in the day, this would have been Cursed Shore, right? That sort of thing. Like the temple maps were designed to be those end game repeatable maps. And Frostgorge as well, right? Frostgorge as well, being that kind of end game zone, right? So it kind of makes sense that the middle zones wouldn't necessarily be profitable, because that's that would make sense, right? Because to get to the end game, you have to actually get to the end game, right? That's the good stuff is at the end, whereas the other ones are like the progression of the character through their own personal story. So the fact that those are relatively empty is okay. And if you have a relatively alive player base, they'll usually have some players. And then hey, I think Guild Wars 2 does a pretty good job of this, really, because of like the world boss trains. People still do world boss trains. Like all the world bosses get brutalized on a daily basis, right? So there is that on top of that as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think the living story maps should all be replayable because otherwise it's a lot of time investment, and that it's I don't know. I don't think it's value for anyone involved. Really, I mean, I can appreciate the new map, right? I mean, I had fun on the new map. Here's the thing, I'm not going to deny that I had fun. I had a lot of I had a lot of fun. I really did. Yeah, I enjoyed doing the Beetle collection. That was good. I enjoyed the story.
Before that, it really doesn't have to be necessarily the maps that's the issue. It's the rewards. It's always going to be the rewards. The events and whatnot is one thing, but unless there's proper rewards tied to it, people are not going to play it.
Yeah, and that's
because it's not like it's an empty map. There are some events. Granted, they're not really profitable, and there's no real reason to do them, but there are events.
So let's explore that a little bit then. What rewards are going to attract people?
We need attunements.
Yeah.
Wait, not attunements. The
infusions. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
cosmetics.
Real. Like
it's always been the basic Guild Wars 2
not necessarily those, but like not the cosmetics necessarily, but like the upgradable infusions that we've talked about so many times here.
I mean,
that's probably the best idea I can come up with.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at something that you were quite involved in the fractal end reward revamp. Looking at where people once you got ad infinitum, and then the fractal rewards that came in when the revamp happened, it gave people a ton of stuff to aim for. I think in game I've seen one person with a fractal god title in game. Yeah. So yeah, and it wasn't Deroir. It wasn't Deroir.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not. But like. The reason why I'm saying infusions is not like I want more of the same infusions, guys. I don't want necessarily just eye cancer, like you're saying here, eye cancer infusions, more of the visual things. Inks does, but the reason why I'm saying infusions or suggesting a new type of infusion is because I desperately feel like we need new rewards, because like some kind of new thing to slot in, even if it is like the 7th armor piece, like that's not a joke. I genuinely believe that we need something new to work for, because there's no horizontal progression. There hasn't been in 4 years. Ever since Ascended Gear, it's just stagnated. Everyone has we've all hit a point where we have all the gear. All we're grinding for is like just senseless amounts of gold. That's it.
Yeah,
I genuinely believe we need underwear. We need something else to go.
That sort of thing is why they added a fractal god there, right? For that problem.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely love to see that sort of thing. To a certain extent, World vs. World already had that from the start with stuff like Ultimate Dominator, right? And that's and 10k rank. Like, have fun grinding for that one, boys. But people are, a good chunk of people actually reach that now. Yeah, I mean that is absolutely the case. Although we do have to consider our perspective. I think, guys, we need to check our privilege here a little bit, because we're standing here saying, "Oh my goodness, like we have nothing to work for. We have everything in this game, man." We're a very small that level of veterancy is probably not
I
that
don't know,
high.
man. Have you seen the state of my achievements panel? It's a car crash.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. It's sort of like the amount of unfinished achievements, things that aren't even unlocked in my account yet, and I've been playing for 6 years. It's like, I should probably unlock that specialization collection at some point.
Get good, man. Get good.
Yeah, get good.
Yeah, Path of Fire I'm really lacking on. I really just gave up and just said I don't care. But I feel like in the first map, Istan, they had that weapon collection
The Astral thing.
The Astral. What are the two called? Astral and
something or other. Now,
the Stellar and
yeah.
I feel like maybe they should have spread that out across maps a little bit more, because those are a little bit lengthy to craft in total, aren't they?
16,000 Kralkatite, yes.
16,000.
Yeah.
So maybe they should have like spread that collection.
There's no collection.
A couple of.
There's no collection.
Okay. So you have to.
Well, number one, maybe they should make it a collection, and number two, maybe they should spread it out across a couple of maps so that you can like, so that there's something to work on in the map, like you're saying, extra rewards. Weapons, armor, that's what people really want to work towards, in my opinion.
It was weird though. I don't think they advertised the Astral stuff that well. I thought.
Well, it was hidden.
Yeah.
That was the point of it. It was a discoverable thing. It was a 7-day time gate to even unlock the first bit, and then you go from there. Then you realized, oh, now I crafted my first weapon. I want to upgrade it to the one with shiny effects, and you're like, holy fuck, this is expensive. 16,000. But okay, wait. Can we backtrack just slightly? I really want to actually explore the idea,
the rewards,
the thought. Yeah, the rewards. Wow. The thought of privilege. Like, are we in such a no, but not like. Can we not really argue that the game desperately needs something new for players to strive for, just based off of our position of privilege? Because I believe that would be backwards talk, because we're just arguing about something long term here. When we're talking about fractal attunements and stuff like that, which is arguably for the 1%er of the game, it's long term progression, but we shouldn't discourage that, should we?
So when it comes to long-term progression, this is kind of what I was talking about. I would say that the long-term progression is not as relevant. It's the short-term stuff that needs to be added to the game. Adding stuff like skins and, well, what I think should be added is stuff like, well, then this will never happen, but it would be really cool if it was like a mount skin that you can earn, right? I mean, imagine that.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Like, I mean, it's not a thing, is it? It really isn't that much to ask. Yeah. Just like say that short-term thing, it was like that auric glider that was in the gem stores. Like, why is that not earnable in Heart of Thorns? Yeah. Well, yes, we all know why, Inks, you big old dick. But I think that at some point, and I think that's kind of interesting. The earnable mount skins. I think that maybe the end game. Long-term rewards don't necessarily need to go hand in hand with increasing challenge, because I think that's what turns a lot of people off when it comes to things like legendary armor. That the original set of legendary weapons, no matter who you were, you could just grind out eventually, couldn't you? I mean, you needed dungeon tokens, but it's dungeons, isn't it? That eventually you could just grind them out. You had to do a little bit of everything across the game, and you put in the time. Eventually, you get a legendary weapon. But now that a lot of stuff like the fractal attunements and all the high level fractal stuff, that's gated behind what is admittedly quite a bit of challenge for your average Guild Wars 2 player. The problems they would raise as well. That all those big endgame rewards, like that, like the Doom Throne, like one of the coolest looking things I've seen in the game in a long time.
Okay.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But which one? Sorry.
The Doom Throne.
Oh, Doom Fight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's purchasable.
Sorry?
It's purchasable for
gold, which I disagree with.
Like, what, your trading post?
Yeah, you can buy on the trading post,
You're joking me.
No. You can buy the final reward from the final...
Yeah, from the hardest boss in the game.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. You can buy it off the trading
900
post.
900 gold. 900 gold, dude. That's it.
For 900 gold, you too can be...
a pro raider.
You too.
Pro raider.
Role play as a player who plays the game.
You can role play as Deroir for 900 easy gold.
Oh,
that's sad, man. Like, but then again, I guess that kind of proves my point that for.
Oh no, he's fully cut out.
Wait, you cut out there.
Oh
cut out
my
for
God.
a second, man.
Books.
No, you're back. You're back. Yeah, you just cut out for a second.
Yeah, my microphone is a bit weird.
It proves your point that then you cut out.
I would say it kind of proves my point that anyone can.
It cut out again. Fucking. That's fucking great. The timing, man, that was great.
It kind of proves. Well, it kind of almost. Yeah, it kind of proves my point or disproves it, or one of the two. What I was saying that anyone who don't you fucking dare cut out now, all right? Anyone who can grind out the gold can achieve like the top level of kind of end game cosmetic reward.
Exactly that. And so,
I mean, technically, you can
end game
pay the
cosmetic
yummies.
rewards. Yeah, okay.
You can pay the thing is, like, the game to do it, but
we can call it that. We can call it the end game
different.
Cosmetic rewards, but in the end, like it isn't actually the end game. The end game cannot be something that's purchasable with your wallet.
Exactly.
Like
it shouldn't be tradable.
I can't look at all these fancy like eye cancer infusions and think, oh wow, you're a high level player. There's no like gear piece or infusion type that really gives me that like idea of a player. It's just another eye cancer thing. I mean, there's the AT thing. That's a gizmo. It's a completely different thing. But yeah,
AT.
Yeah. The tournament rewards for winning it, you get the crown and the various things.
Oh, right. Except for the first one, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's true. It's very difficult to attach prestige to anything in Guild Wars 2 because more you can pretty much get everything for gold, right? It's
I think that's sort of a problem.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is a problem. Yeah,
that's exactly the point here. Like in my opinion, we desperately need something that is like that you work for. That's not necessarily a like reach world versus world 10k rank, which obviously like that should have its own value. Please give it a God of World versus World title, please.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be dumb. But like we need something that's long-term progressible, even if it is skins. Like even if it is whatever, give it I don't know. Just we need something.
I also think too that for Living World seasons, there should be like an overarching. Actually, I would love to see two things. Number one, an overarching armor skin, universal armor skin for completing every chapter. Because right now they give you random armor skins that don't really necessarily mesh up into a real armor set.
They kind of stingy with chest pieces as well. I've noticed it's always like
the new one is a chest piece. But anyway, I think there should be like a season 4 armor set that you work for each chapter. And I know that, again, this isn't going to happen, but an upgradable mount for, for each episode or something. Something that changes the appearance slightly or something. It doesn't have to be major, but something you work towards that says, okay, here's your base beetle. And I know it didn't come out to chapter 3, but, in chapter 4... your base beetle gets a little bit extra flair or something like that.
What you mean, like an additional die channel?
Well, I think it already has. Well, it has one, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Because you can still sell gem store grab bags and 2,000 gem mount skins and so forth, and people will still buy those things. But I think it adds something extra when you can upgrade, kind of like Maudry. You upgraded Maudry through the different stages and so forth. And I think those types of collections and so forth are important for players through the different episodes. Something to work towards.
So do you mean maybe something more back piece, where you actually have to engage with the content and then keep going back, even though it's a bit, where it's time gated, for you to keep revisiting that, content and keep expanding on it.
I mean, sort of. Aurora was nice for that because you had to go back and complete a whole bunch of achievements after the season was over. But I think at the start of the season, they should announce intentions for an armor set, a weapon set, a mount skin that is upgradable or whatever. Maybe even multiples of these things to keep people invested in going forward with the map content that they keep releasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like each episode, you need to dangle a new carrot for people to want to upgrade to the next level of whatever.
But it seems like they're like throwing in the carrot at the end. Like with season 3, that's what they did with Aurora. It was like, oh, you have all these maps now. Hey, here, look at this shiny carrot. It's like scattered all over all of these maps. Now go play. I feel like they should just introduce those achievements as the maps come out.
Right, that's what I mean. Like at
Yeah,
the beginning of the season. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think that would do a lot reward-wise to get people to go and do those things, to be excited about the next release. How is my beetle mount going to be upgraded in this next release, for example?
Hmm.
And I know that's a big money thing for ArenaNet, but really you're talking about one mount skin. They give you the beetle or the griffin or whatever you can work towards originally, but then give it minor upgrades as you go along.
Yeah.
Your griffin gets a helmet or something, or
Yeah, that sort of thing is that sort of thing is great. I hate to draw the focus again away from kind of the long-term stuff, but I think it's really important to have the short-term stuff as well, especially for how the living story is structured, and especially with regards to how a lot of the player base is. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love long-term roads. I love Fractal God. I think that is amazing. I absolutely love it. It's a great thing to add to the game. And I've said before, and I will say it again here, seeing that extended across other game modes, I think will be amazing, right? I don't know, hell,
make dungeons relevant again.
They to a certain extent that there already is that with them. There's some PvP ones like you can get. I mean, there's God of PvP, right? There's God of PvP. There's stuff like Champion Brawler for 10k wins. I mean, damn, dude, like that's some fair play, you know? That's impressive stuff. And World vs. World has like a massive amount of grind in it as well. To do this kind of long-term prestige, which is really cool, right? But yeah, I think short-term stuff is really lacking. Like, there's not enough armor skins to grab. There's not enough like new weapon skins to grab. This is the sort of thing that people want to kind of get in on, right? You get a little bit of that swag. Have some proper repeatable content that you want to collect up all these skins for, right? I mean, stuff like this is kind of what makes the maps worth doing, right? And that's the problem with why people aren't doing the map. As Deroir said, it's not necessarily that the map is like anti-fun or anything. People will grind basically anything, and it's not because it's fun. It's because they get something out of it, and that's the fundamental transaction that has to happen. It has to be worth your time to do it. If you want something cool out of it, even if it's AIDS, people are still going to do it. And
look at Dry Top.
Yeah, people still in Dry Top getting those Ambrite weapons. Like Heart of Thorn's meta maps are still jam-packed.
Yep.
You know? It's
But they're like that's the gold incentive. That's the short-term value right there. And I don't argue against that. Like that definitely has immense value and per update, so to speak. I just think there should be more sprinkles on the cake, I guess. Because we have a lot of that. I feel like we have a lot of those options for short-term rewards. We don't really have an issue, in my opinion, that is, with short-term rewards. We have a myriad of options. It's just that we're not getting that new thing. And when that new thing comes into the game, it just doesn't compete with the old immensely, insanely farm. And that's when we're all like, I'm not going to go there. That's why
that's why it needs to be separated from gold, though. It needs to be not a gold. Yeah, this comes back to the whole tradability issue of everything in Guild Wars 2. It needs to not be the case that you can. It needs to not be the case that it's better just to farm gold and then use it to get whatever you want, right? Having rewards directly tied to gold is a blessing and a curse, right? Is the way I feel about it. It's a very, very handy. Because it makes the game very convenient, but it removes a huge amount of prestige, right? Okay, and that's a massive problem, right? That's a massive problem.
Absolutely. I mean, people, people say to me like, I was like, oh, you can, especially for like gem store stuff, is like, oh, you can just convert gold to gems or gems to gold or which way. It's like it's not a valid end game, or that's not a valid way, at least in my mind, that you should be playing that part of the game, because it's just pulling. I don't know. I think like if you're looking at that kind of thing, you need a very specific kind of gameplay. You need a very specific kind of gameplay or a very specific kind of set of events. If that's the way that you're going to go down to create that kind of thing, obviously it has to be, a count band or soul band or whatever.
Yeah.
And you've just got to make sure that like you say, you take it away from the fact that rewards either become a gold sink or you can just convert real money into them.
I'm all in favor of account balance.
Absolutely, yeah. We need that sort of thing is what we need to have more prevalently, right? Because that's how you attach prestige to things. Well, not necessarily prestige, but it shows that you've worked for it, right? And I think that's a really special thing, right? Yeah, this is not a shot at the guy. I fucking love Envy, right? But Envy, like, this motherfucker's got 15 legendaries and he's played for a month. Okay, what? Right? Because he just, dude, he slaps that big dick on the table and gets the credit card out, man. Like dude,
oh
right? No, this guy is legit crazy, dude. Okay, on BDO he spent 10 grand.
What? How?
Yeah.
How?
Right. 10 grand. So basically, so when he comes to Guild Wars 2 and he sees legendaries, right? He loves shinies, so he just goes, "Oh, I'll have that." Right? It's just like, what a fuck.
I mean, it's his money, obviously, but again,
do what you want, man.
Yeah, but in terms of playing the game, it kind of defeats the point, doesn't it?
Well, no, it doesn't.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. When we don't have prestige attached to the actual content, why even play the content?
Exactly. Yeah. Correct.
We're just here for the fun.
Yeah.
All of us are here for the fun because none of it matters. Like it really is that.
Yeah.
Like you can buy a legendary, you can buy all the end game rewards that you ever wanted just by scrolling your credit card. You don't have to play for it. Why the fuck would you play it? It's because it's fun. And that's the issue. When the game then stales and we all just like, oh shit, there's nothing new to do. I'm bored. Well, no shit, because there's nothing really to work for. It's all just, if you're not having fun in this game, there's literally 0 point to playing it.
I always think that
that's the issue here.
Yeah. So, and someone touched on this in chat as well. I was about to say the same thing, that at least 2 legendary account bound, and I thought they were in a really fantastic place with the Chuka and Chumpawat collection to get to. Like that was just perfect. I mean, the tier 2 grind, the tier 2 gold sink aside, but it's legendary, so whatever. But like chasing the tigers around, making the fucking tiger den and all that kind of stuff. It was great. It was engaging content. And while the end game was to grind out that weapon, you think it was a bit of a chore to do it. I actually had a lot of fun doing that content.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I very much enjoyed doing that collection and
he does a
getting
lot of
that legendary
as well, right? So
yeah, the thing is, like, he doesn't really see I imagine he doesn't really see much point in just like grinding gold for a legendary. Like, you might as well just buy it. Like the reward is
it's not fun, right?
There's no prestige attached to it, so you might as well just, like, it doesn't really matter how you get it, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's irrelevant. It's shiny, it looks cool, and that's the fun. Like, that's the fun. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I imagine there's a similar thought process to that. And like, it's a shiny, and it makes his character look cool. I mean, I get that shit.
Blows my mind, but hey, to each their own. And,
this is not a criticism of how Envy spends his money, dude. Like, I fucking love the guy. If he goes hard, that's fucking pog, okay? Yeah. That's hype. It's absolutely, if you guys want to, like, buy a bunch of gems, okay, fund expansion 3, buy every legendary. Honestly, guys, seriously, go right ahead. I really have no problem with that at all. I'm not even joking. Hell, no. I'm not gonna lie. I've even done something similar. I actually bought a bunch of gems for gold at one point, okay? It might have been something to do with something else, but it was good, okay?
Yeah, man.
I've been there, boys. Okay, I've been there. So I was like, dude, I can't be fun. I'm not grinding gold, man. Okay, just buy it. You got a bit of cash left over, get some gems.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
I'm exposed.
You're picking up my slack. Up my slack.
Yeah,
so good on you. Thank you for funding the next expansion for me, because I'm not spending.
You see, Inks wants the game to die, and that's why he doesn't buy gems. Okay, and then what's going to happen is that Inks will be there, okay, on the corpse of Guild Wars 2, and he'll just exactly.
Like a dead horse.
He's gonna beat the thing to death, dude. Okay,
Wow.
And then he's going to become a full streamer.
A full-time what?
A full-time variety streamer.
Yeah, variety streamer.
Variety.
Stardew Valley multiplayer.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, for a bit of a roundup there. Prestige. Hook us up. Let's go. big prestige, big titles, and infusions are a good way to do it, because I imagine infusions are probably easier to make than a full armor set, okay? Why not have infusions? Well, and for the more long-term progression, for the more veteran player, okay, do I need to say it again, guys? Yes, I do, and I love saying it. Enrichment slots. What about, okay, how about this, okay, boom. Infused and attuned amulets, okay, that you have to do open world quests for to infuse and attune. You talk to the seers, okay, the seers, okay, they're back, okay, boom, okay, they infuse your amulet, and it's got more big memes. It's got more enrichments in it. You can get 10 enrichments, and you can
amazing
50 enrichments, 100 enrichments.
Imagine actually how fucking cool that would be if just like every map you could attune it in a new way. So like the same amulet, you just keep on attuning and you get a new enrichment slot every single time.
Yeah.
End up with what, an amulet with what 30 odd?
30 enrichments.
Look at that. It's like fill it all with magic find. Yes, easy. Or fill it all with world versus world XP boost.
Yeah.
Imagine how much of a fucking like immense what's it called, grind it would be to just fill those slots in.
Yeah. And there, gentlemen, we have just solved the problem of dead mid-level maps.
Easy. Yes.
You go in
it. Happening.
There we go.
You go in. You have to You go in and get the enrichments. And think about it. It would be a big investment to do it, because it could be aids, right? And you have to do it on every character. You'd have to do it again, right? Otherwise, you have to transfer that amulet around all over the place.
For every amulet.
For every amulet you want it, you got to do it again. You got to do it again, guys. That's repeatable. Okay, you got to go back to the map. Boom. Okay. How about they add some 5-man content? Base. That's fucking elitist, dude. Okay, you got Deep Stone Fractal. Is that not enough for you? Okay, come on.
No.
It's face roll, but come on. Okay.
Is it enough?
Have you listen, Base?
I've not done it yet, man.
Okay. All right. Okay. But yeah, you get to wait a long time for the next Fractal CM. Okay. 5-man content. It feels bad, but it's just not happening. You know. Hey, you know what you can do? Get a 5-man group. Octovine. DPS rotations.
Yeah.
Easy 5-man content.
Yeah. For 5-man content, I mean 10-man content, it's not happening for a while, but I mean, yeah.
Nike already told me how to do Octovine. You just do your damage really fast and sit there and yell at the other lanes to hurry to pick up the slack.
Oh my god.
Smart.
Yeah, it's how it's done.
Enrichment
Nike
slots.
speaking the truth right there.
Yeah.
Enrichment slot. That would be amazing.
On all ascended items. I just maxed out world experience, dude. World versus world experience.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you just not max out one amulet. One amulet per
game mode.
Whatever, game mode there is, and then fill it with that. So like one has 10 magic finds and one has 10 world XP. Easy. Fuck, that would be amazing.
So good.
Neok would like to see them add some hard solo bosses, maybe with a festival.
Oh, speaking of,
yep.
Maybe the price of the Chaos of Lissa backpiece will go down now when people start
if it comes back, yeah.
It definitely is gonna. The question is, what else is gonna come? I want something good. I want something good.
Yeah.
Are we still missing? There's a god backpiece we're missing, aren't we?
Yes.
I can't remember who it is.
We've got Dwayne, right? And Lissa. And Grenth.
And Melandro.
So we're missing Balthazar. Cormyr.
That's PvP.
It's of course it's Balthazar, right? Yeah.
So it's a Cormyr one.
We need a Cormyr one. We need Doom. Doom backpiece.
Doom.
Abaddon. We technically got one for every god in the Siren's Landing, but does that count?
No, they don't. They all look the same.
Exactly. Exactly that.
Doom CM.
Doom CM backpiece.
Yeah.
I mean, what Chaos List is
going to be tradable. Don't worry.
Yeah. Chaos List is the recipe itself is
or Gem Store.
It's 2,000 gold at the moment, isn't it? Thereabouts.
It was like 3,000. I think it's already gone down quite a bit in anticipation. People are afraid.
Fear
is kicking in.
It's a reasonable expectation, right? I mean, the stuff is going to come back. The old rewards will return, right? So I mean, I would imagine so, and maybe some new stuff as well. So I mean, prices are going to fall, and people are going to be ready to go. Ready to go. Get those juicy memes going on, you know? Yeah.
Give us cool stuff.
Yes. We want the cool stuff.
That's all we want.
Yeah. We need the cool stuff. We need the fresh content. Okay, guys? Fresh content. Well, I know. We certainly will have to see. When it comes to the 5-man content stuff, I would really... I don't know. This is the kind of thing that we should really go for some stats on, right? We need some stats on like how much does the Guild Wars 2 player base actually want to have kind of 5-man content, right? Like how much value... How much value out of the new Fractal has ArenaNet got, for example? I'd really love to know the participation rate in the new Fractal, stuff like that.
Speaking of Fractal statistics, Jason shared on the dev chat, the guild chat thing, shared a little bit of insight on it, where he said, and I don't remember the phrasing, so pardon my paraphrasing here. But he said something like for every Fractal instance that's opened, 10% do the CMs a day.
Really?
Yeah, 10%.
That's higher than I thought, actually. Wait, is that just players who open the 99 and 100?
I don't know. Like, pardon my paraphrasing, because I don't know the specifics of it. But he said something about that. 10% daily fractals are with CMs as well. So that can give you
fair, it's a lot higher than I thought it would.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it probably is right around where I actually thought it was. I was hoping higher, but realistically, I was expecting somewhere between there.
But I don't know, in terms of like new fractals and challenge and challenge modes, looking at the entire game community, and rather than just the guys on Reddit, rather than guys like us who stream and talk shit about the game, the ArenaNet obviously get far more bang for the buck. Like those world bosses that are still in there 6 years later, you know, they just kind of slaps them into a map and they can leave them. You know, I'd wager 80% of the gaming community, they're happy to kind of log in, do their daily, smack a couple of world bosses, and then call it a day, which is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. That stuff is pretty. That is the sort of thing that, again, it's repeatable, right? Yeah, repeatable absolutely. Stuff. You can come back and do it every day and get rewarded for it, right? Mm-hmm. That's the good shit. That's what we like to see, boys. Okay.
Yeah. Do you know, actually, I would like to see, just thinking about it, that world bosses with unique skins, because there's only one of them that does it, and that's
one of them.
Shadow Behemoth does Final Rest.
Where? Oh, yeah, okay.
And I know that you do Mark II Golem to get part of that backpack, and one of the others I think is part of an achievement as well. But actually, just like we were touching on, the unique rewards that. You know, these world, and I'm not really talking about Tequatl or sort of just the ones that you can literally just rock up to without having to plan or having to kind of jump into the maps and that kind of thing. Oh wait, does Claw of Jormag drop from? I thought it was craftable.
Pass.
It drops.
Does it drop? I always thought it
drops from more than one thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I always thought it was just craftable.
I think so.
Oh, fair enough.
I know it drops from the Jormag challenge.
Yeah. The Char did have a world boss in their first area, but no one liked it, so they got rid of it. And there was the Fire Shaman as well. The in.
Oh, where's is that? Is that Iron Marches? Wait,
Iron Marches. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, he used to be there, and then
Fire Shaman did.
And then there was that shaman as well.
He's a Twitter boss though. That's
he's a Twitter
boss.
He's a Twitter boss. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I don't know. I think there's a fallibility or whatever, like whatever we'll call it, to like Final Rest, for example, is already I just checked, it's like 12 gold. I mean, it's cool for a while when you add something like that, but unless it's updated or kept in check or cycled or something, then it's just going to slowly
decay.
Decay in value.
Well, that's why you have to keep doing it, though, right? That you always have to have that next thing. It's like it's almost like raids with ghostly infusions, right? And the Doom bench, right? You have to keep doing this, otherwise you lose the momentum. Because I mean, ghostly infusions on launch, they were about 1k gold, right? And the Doom's bench was you didn't sell it on the TP, right? You would sell it for more than 10,000.
You'd sell it
more than 10,000 gold, right? You'd sell it on Guilds to Exchange, whatever the subreddit is, right? That was the level of value that you could get out of this stuff, right? And and of course, as time progresses, the value deprecates, right? And that's fine. Right? Ghostly infusions are now like 100 gold, and the Doom's bench is 900. But that's cool as long as you keep adding more stuff, right? You keep adding more stuff, and to be fair, they shouldn't be sellable, right? But I mean, if you want to add a reward that can be sold, of course, like as time goes on, it's going to become more and more less valuable, right? That's just how it goes, right? Because more and more people are going to get it, more and more people are going to grind it really, really hard. And stuff like that.
People are going to want it.
In fact, the only thing that hasn't happened with, as funny enough, as Ajax says, is like the Chuck egg sack. Right? Nothing can stop the Chuck egg sack. It's so rare that people just don't get it.
Rate
right?
is so terrible.
It's still not going to work.
There was I think was it in the last DMA that someone put out someone asked about the stat drops about was it the egg sack or the fusion? And they were like in the last since the beginning of the year it's dropped 11 times.
Yeah, it was the confetti infusion.
What is the number on that, man? Seriously, that must be ridiculous.
That's 9 months.
11
drop.
Fuck.
Yeah, feels ouch, man.
Feels rare, man.
Yeah, it does.
Feels rare.
Probably
but then, does that draw into the question whether or not that's something grindable to be that rare, or whether you should rely on RNG to drop?
You cut out. I didn't understand the sentence.
He was saying like, doesn't that kind of put a point on how annoying it is when you just have to rely on RNG and you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And RNG is annoying, but it's kind of cool as well, right? Because those 11 people, dude, gonna be pretty hyped. Gonna be pretty excited.
Fire.
And when you get a Chuck egg sack drop, like, man, dude, that's pretty damn exciting. And I mean, maybe you could make it like a precursor, so you can have another way to obtain it, like go the long way around, but you get there in the end guaranteed. But I mean, you could do something like that, but I'm not sure it's necessary. I don't mind having really high RNG elements to it either, because at the end of the day, you can actually just buy it with gold, right? You can just buy it with gold. If you want a Chuck egg sack, you could either never buy it and just keep doing Chuck Garen every day on like 5 accounts or something, or you can just grind 10k and then buy it for 10k. Like, there's both options, and that's kind of fine. I mean, there's like other stuff as well. There's like gin minis that 4 people have. There's a particular mini that 4 people have, and there's this stuff that's not even pinging in the API at the moment that's been data mined.
Nothing has been. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. It hasn't. Nobody shared where they got them from, or nobody knows where they got them from. Something like that. So
yeah. In fact,
I would actually argue though, like an alternative to the RNG thing. Like, say we want something to be expensive. Say we want something to be account bound as well, like an infusion or whatnot. What if we basically just said like had a collection, which was just extremely expensive to complete.
Yeah.
Like you think the Griffin was expensive, 250 gold?
It's nothing, is it?
10k gold.
Easy 10k gold to like progress through like 10 tiers of this like stupid collection of killing mobs and doing stupid shit. But at the end, you're guaranteed to get this like mega infusion. I wouldn't actually mind. I probably wouldn't craft it because I didn't have the gold, but I wouldn't mind. I would actually really encourage that to be a thing, because it makes it gives it a different spin than just shelling out 10k to someone who was lucky. It's like
you'd still have
progression.
You'd still have to do something, right?
We needed gold sinks, yeah.
You'd still have to go in the game and do something exciting, right? And actually put a tiny bit of effort instead, right? And like not a lot of people would get it, but that's the point, though, right? The whole point is that not a lot of people would have it. we're looking at ways to add some cool prestige into the game, right? And yeah, it's a fairly common complaint. I mean, yeah, it's yeah. Anyone can get the Doom's Bench. You don't even have to raid to get the Doom's Bench.
Karma Sync is needed in Guild Wars 2. So there is a couple of Karma Syncs. If you go for the weapons, the tiered weapons, they're like 76k a piece, right?
Yep.
And then 100,000 karma per miniature. The problem is a lot of people don't give two craps about miniatures.
And there's the 42,000 pieces of armor as well, which is actually too.
You cut out.
You cut out, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but yeah.
It was a fantastically well-rounded point.
Articulated point, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe you, man.
I was gonna say there's the all karma as well that you get from the bosses that you get from completing the temples, which is
karma armor. Yeah,
it's 42,000 a bit, which is a lot in today's money, but
karma is extremely accessible. I think like ArenaNet has more or less come to terms with the fact that karma is completely out of proportion. It's an unsalvageable currency unless you add something extremely insane. You're not gonna save it from. Yeah. From
it's
Doom.
So inflated now. It will be very unless you could have a very extreme one where it was almost like a direct conversion into gold, right? You can just buy like an arbitrary amount of materials, right, for karma, for example, like at the very base level. It could just be like, you know what? You want to dump 10 million karma? Sure, we'll give you, I don't know, 10 million silk scraps or something, or whatever, right? Might be a little too strong there, but that sort of thing could be good, right? Yeah.
The problem is if people don't see that as like worth their time, then they just won't spend any karma whatsoever, which is kind of where we're at right now, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. No. But I mean, karma actually used to be like. Do you remember when you had to think about it? Because it?
No, I don't remember.
It's weird because it started off not currency because it was character bound. That it was supposed to be for like a character, and then eventually when they finally realized, as they should have done, that it was a stupid idea to have a currency that was bound to each character, that it became way too easy to earn. I mean, like it's like what it's what 1 million karma ish
for legendary,
for legendary, and even now there are other ways to get the
obsidian.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good ideas out there. If they did personal housing or something, you could spend a bunch of karma on furniture or whatever. Yeah, they just need to add more stuff. They did do something in season 3 with a couple of weapon skins that were, what were they, like 175 or 200k karma?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
The staff and stuff like that. Yeah,
the staff and the shield.
I don't think it's too bad though. If there's like one currency that's a bit overinflated and worthless, it's not too bad if you ask me. To be fair, like if you're a relatively new player and you haven't been playing for that long, yeah, karma's probably a bit of a pain in the ass and it is something to work towards. But yeah, as soon as you played for a little while, it's not going to be relevant to you. I mean, basically everything just shits out karma like, all the time.
Well, and then you have Winter's Day, like people are saying, where you can make back a crap ton of your karma that you spent during the year anyway, right? So. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said like karma gambling boxes.
Gifts. Oh yeah, there was that in ore, right? Like, remember those? The ore thing?
Oh, the mysterious boxes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which you can still do. They're just.
It's not really worth it anymore because back when they were a thing and that you were looking at what was it 5 silver per mysterious shard or whatever it was, and people were going mental, going, "Oh my god, this is the best gold. This is the best conversion ever in any MMO." And now that gold's lost so much of its value.
Anyway,
in real terms, it's still sort of worth it if you're desperate, but it's no longer the reward that it once was.
But at least I think the thing that we're coming to terms with here is that there are sinks for a lot of these currencies, like karma especially. It's just that not everyone engages with those sinks. One of the best examples is like if you are crafting legendaries all the time to make either for yourself or for to sell, there's an immense karma sink right there. Craft 10 legendaries in a row, and you come back to me and tell me there's not a karma sink in the game. The issue is that we're not engaged. Like most of the player base is just not engaging with those sinks. They're not crafting legendaries to sell. They're not spending the karma as it's intended, and so we're all screaming for something new when in fact it's already there.
It's already there, but I do think having something fresh is important, though, like to keep it relevantly.
But it is being kept relevant. That's the thing. Like there are still mini pets coming into the game. There are still like weapon skins or whatnot coming in for like 100 or 200k karma. That's a lot of karma if you don't have it. If you're actively spending it on making gold, making legendaries. It's just that we're not, and so it doesn't seem like it's. It
seems like it's just too much effort, man. It's too much effort. Yeah. People would rather be lazy, and I get that. I would definitely rather be lazy. If I actually tried to squeeze out all the gold out of all the worthless currencies I have that just don't really sit in my account and don't do anything, yeah, I would make a massive amount of gold. Thing is, I can't be bothered. So that that's a bit of a problem, I suppose. Yeah. And Deroir's completely right. Yeah, people just don't do it, right? They just don't get in on that action. You could get in on that action, but we just choose not to.
You choose not to.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not exactly a problem, but like, to kind of steer it back to the thing of like having some kind of meaningful reward. I think it's going to be very. I'm not sure if we're going to see that really. I'm not totally convinced that the things we discuss here are going to.
We
exactly
need that
happen.
for the next expansion.
Yeah,
I don't expect it to be coming with the living story. I don't expect meaningful progression or rewards to be coming with the living story. But if there's anything I can really hope for with the next expansion, it's active progression, not just masteries.
Yeah,
because masteries
doesn't cut it.
Pacifier even turned into a joke. Like it's just there.
Here's the thing, though, right? So in Heart of Thorns, they were a bit grindy, and then people
14 million XP grindy,
and then Phil complained about that, so they made the POF ones easy.
Yeah. People will always complain because people don't want to play the game.
Exactly. It's so sad. This is such a great game. It's actually fun, but no one wants to play it. They just want to get the shinies instantly.
They just want the stuff straight away. Yeah.
They just want it instantly. So, oh no! What do we do?
I want to do this legendary collection. What
yeah.
Collections are content.
Yeah. This is the game, guys. You're basically saying I don't want to play it.
I just want to kill a champion and have everything sent to me.
Yeah. It's oh man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Heart of Thorns pissed me off when it launched as well. I found it way too hard for the skill level I was playing at the time, and but
then what happened?
Path of Fire happened.
But then he got good.
There you go. That's what I was looking
let's
for.
not. I mean, to be fair, my DPS is in the hundreds.
The hundreds.
Literally in the hundreds right now.
Okay.
600-700 on a good day.
You might be doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
are you trying to DPS as like?
Oh, someone had me playing a on chat Garrett the other day.
Fully cut out.
Yeah. Someone had you playing. What?
1 second. Someone. I'm going to switch microphone. Hang on. Yeah. Someone had me playing. Where's it? Okay.
There we go. Hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yay! There we go. So someone had me playing Power Condi Herald.
Holy shit.
On chat Garrett the other day. It was. To think that
Power Condi Herald.
Hybrid Herald.
Look, you're not Nemesis. Just stick with one or the other.
Disgusting. It was disgusting. It was like, and this is how half the player base live. It's like, it's disgusting.
Are you calling half the player base disgusting?
Whoa!
Wow.
I love the player base.
I have to throw someone else under the bus since I made that 9/11 joke.
Well, on a good day, some of them are alright.
This is my weary stare, dude. No, we're not doing that. Okay.
It'd be tragic if it wasn't funny.
Yeah. Still kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, Heart of Thorns was hard. Path of Fire was easy. No real end game. Well, not real end game, but it's kind of cool because Heart of Thorns, even though it came as the harder expansion, the content's still there. You can still go back to it. You know, once you've, to me, even though the story doesn't work that way, the logical kind of difficulty progression in terms of open world is core, Path of Fire, and then you go to Heart of Thorns for your open world play. Like I said, even though the story doesn't work that way, I think you have a nice kind of progression of gameplay there, just in the way that you have dungeons, fractals, raids.
Wait, what, dungeons?
Dungeons.
What?
Do we have dungeons? What are dungeons? I don't know what this content is you're talking about.
You lost me.
I was in Frostgorge the other day, and people kept inviting me to this instance, and there were bad guys in it, and I was like,
"Oh,
is this content?
Is this content?
Is this content in 2018? I don't know. Okay. I like dungeons. I still like dungeons. I still play dungeons, and I still enjoy them.
Wow.
I think they're fun.
Good for you, man.
Good, yeah.
You do you, boo.
There are dozens. There are literally dozens of us. Dude.
Dozens of us. Okay. And hey, you know, even though the gold reward is trash, getting that hobby dungeon explorer thing, like 5 gold and 150 tokens. To people getting into endgame, that can be quite a bit.
That's cash, dude. That's big. That's cash money.
That's liquid assets through gameplay.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
Yeah, and there is that progression.
Doing dungeons, full clears, easy money.
Yeah. I mean, hey, dungeon tours are still really good money. This is something that Nike talks a lot about. This how doing a fast, efficient dungeon clearing, it's still really good money actually.
Absolutely.
But it's weird. We're talking about this, right? But just no one does it. It's bizarre, right? There is this stuff in the game. ArenaNet has led the horse to the water. Okay, but the player base will not drink the dungeon. Okay,
because we've all got all the rewards for it. Everyone's always arguing with me that we're not rewards based and blah blah blah. No.
But I mean, even new players, new players coming into the game, nobody does dungeons, right?
Everyone jumps to fractals.
But they do fractals and raids.
Everyone pimping out the content, like all the players around them. Nobody does dungeons, and so the new players don't really get introduced to it. It's just a catch-22, I guess. It's just like it's not gonna.
Yeah, I try every once in a while. I try to go do dungeons, but it can be tough to find people doing them. Yeah.
I mean,
you can find groups, but you've got to be a little more patient than, with fractals and so forth.
Yeah, I know. I still think that new players need to be pushed more towards dungeons than fractals. I really do. Even though it's abandoned content or whatever, fractals are a step harder, even at like level 1 to 20 than dungeons are. Maybe with some of the nastier paths excluded.
Mm.
Yeah. But do we need to get pushed to do it though?
That's a very good point.
Apparently,
you should be forcing people to play content, but.
Well, and the thing about dungeons and fractals, right? I think you can there's definitely an argument to be made that fractals can lead onto raids, but do dungeons really lead onto fractals? I mean, a lot of stuff in dungeons is not as a little less straightforward than fractals, right? And in dungeons, they are also a little bit buggy. They randomly one-shot you. And sometimes the bosses don't really do anything at all, right? So it's a very different experience. It's not. I'm not sure if it's much of a kind of a pathway through the content. A more logical progression just seems to be kind of fractals into raids. Like dungeons are kind of the unloved child, really. They don't really function for what they're supposed to be, really. Okay, and they're abandoned.
Why you know doctor? Yeah,
they're abandoned.
No, never mind.
Exactly. Why isn't a dungeon
I'm with
to be a
you,
doctor?
Deroir.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't expecting that meme.
Child.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Okay, it's all guys. Everyone adopt a dungeon today. Okay, for the low price of just 1 Twitch Prime subscription to this channel a month, guys.
Easy.
Okay, you too can save the life of a dungeon.
You can adopt a
dungeon. The life of a dungeon.
Yeah.
Every month you'll get a picture. You'll get a screenshot of dungeon for the month.
Yeah.
Dungeon for the month. Okay. And for August we have
oh my god,
Ascalonian Catacombs. Okay, guys. The home of the ghosts. They're really mad, and you go in and you solo everything. Okay, guys. Then we have the next month for October. Okay, which is actually we skipped a month, but you know we have Cordicus's Manor. Okay, go to the bedroom, guys. Witness the scene of some of the most legendary screenshots in Guild Wars 2 history, guys. Okay, the favored haunts. Okay, guys, the favored haunts of the high-end PvE erotic roleplay scene.
Oh my
okay?
god!
Right.
You know, AC's still bugged after like 3 years. You can still do all 3 paths at the same time.
Feels good,
Still,
man.
Oh yeah.
That's more of a feature than a bug.
It is a great feature.
it's great.
Yeah, that did. That's just more value.
To make legendaries.
They need to make that. Well, dude, do you know how you make legendaries? Buy black line keys. So, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Right. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Other day, I made Binding of Ipos. Okay, right? Ipos, whatever.
That's
okay?
a very
But
lovely legendary.
I had no airship parts. Okay. Or leyline crystals or anything because I just haven't done those maps for too long. Okay,
I'm already seeing where this is going.
So instead of playing the game, what did I do? Oh, I needed some monk runes as well. So I did the same thing. No, not a key farm. I've opened so many black lion keys. I have 50 black lion Tyrian vouchers or whatever they're
vouchers.
called. Okay, and instead of playing dungeons, instead of playing Guild Wars 2. I clicked on them and selected 500 airship parts, okay? 500 and I just spammed, okay? I spammed out all the currencies I needed and didn't play the game at all.
That's the MMO Weeks way. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
And everyone argues that the legendaries are totally value.
And that's where the value of those black line keys really come out there, guys, okay? That's big value, boys. Big value. I knew they'd come in handy.
Oddly enough, that's how I completed my machined weapon set. Go figure.
Yeah. And you know what?
Wow.
Hey.
And then there's people like me who work for it. Huh?
You like this shit,
I was
Deroir?
going to say, are we the only fuckers that play this game,
boys, you know fractal relics, okay? You can get fractal relics out of these things. Okay,
you can actually.
I could, in theory, buy the remainder of Fractal God using only black lion keys because I need 30,000 relics, and you get 100 relics each. So I need 300 of them. Fucking hell, dude. Okay.
All that clicking.
Oh man.
Worth it? I think I'd rather just.
I don't have enough. Yeah, you should get more than 100 fractal relics. Can we crank that up to some proper pay-to-win levels, dude? Are you kidding me? 100 fractal relics in one of those vouchers?
More than 30 elegy mosaics. Well,
yeah.
Fractal relics is like the only currency with any.
The only pure currency. The only pure currency.
It's the only thing that Deroir has still going for him in game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't take that away from
Fractal God, he's an NPC. Boom.
Don't make me cry here.
I wake up. My life is shit. I go to school where everyone hates me. I come home where my dad beats me. I have no friends, but it doesn't matter because I subbed to MightyTeapot with Twitch Prime for free. My life is no longer shit. Feels good, man.
Feels very good, man.
I need to hire Roy's PR company for my channel.
It's
smart.
Okay, right.
Good investment right there.
Here we go. Right, ArenaNet marketing team. Okay, replace the Twitch Prime thing. Okay, and just put in buy mount skins.
Yeah.
Tweet that out. Boom. Okay, guys. Easy
They can even start it. With my life is shit.
And the things this should be dead easy to do because Amazon is down the road from the ArenaNet studio.
Twitch Prime. They integrate Twitch Prime into this. Boom.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, Elder Scrolls Online have done it. Fortnite do it. PUBG do it. You know, there's some good stuff, and do it.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit a while ago, actually, like the Twitch drops, right? Like the Twitch drop things, where you engage with the Twitch scene, and boom, you get free mount skins.
Yeah. In fact, if you see how many free games you can get on Twitch Prime,
so many I don't even click on them anymore.
It's ridiculous, and there's some good stuff in there as well. Like,
it's mostly
Pillars of Eternity's in there, Tyranny's in there.
Wow. That's some good stuff.
You can get all kinds of good stuff.
Well, I have to say, guys, okay, I believe we have reached the conclusion of our discussion today. We are now talking about a theoretical marketing campaign in which ArenaNet implies that your life can be improved by buying mount skins. Okay.
By buying mount skins, by subbing to your favorite streamers,
by subscribing to your favorite streamer. Okay, but streaming on Twitch encourages toxicity and elitism. I don't want that in my Guild Wars 2. Please get the fuck out. Whoa, Roy! He really turned on me there, huh, buddy? Okay? Wow.
What did Roy say?
Wow.
Roy just roasts me, dude. Like, Roy roasts me on a daily basis. He bullies me, okay? He bullies me.
Late Night Roy.
Late Night Roy. No, dude, that's not bullying.
I feel like he's allowed with the amount of love he sends.
With the amount of subs he's giving.
That's true. He goes hard, dude. He goes hard as fuck. It's true. But yeah, I think it is time to commence the shill fiesta. We have arrived at the conclusion.
Be hype, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. You know, whoa.
The conclusion.
One thing I would like to say just before the end is that we do see some kind of long-term progressive rewards, like the Ascended Ring and Aurora. The thing is, they're so far and few between, and it takes so long to implement that.
It's long term because it's forced long term. It's like it's just a waiting period. It's not
which is what causes some of the problems, right?
Or whatnot. It's just like, hey, wait a year and we'll implement the rest of it, and you can do that in a week.
Yeah.
Not exactly the same.
Yeah. So therefore, there are issues. There are issues coming through here with regards to the speed at which this is delivered, which causes some of the frustration with the game, right? And that's kind of the conclusion point. But it's not all bad, guys. Okay, we've got fresh content coming on Tuesday, boys. Let's go. Okay, big content. 4 wins. Queen's Gauntlet.
Jubilee.
Yep. Boom, guys. We will invade the map. We're going to farm the fuck out of it, okay? We're going to crash the entire economy by farming it so hard that the game just doesn't know what to do anymore. You know, like
content for everyone.
There is for everything. You like mounts? Boom. You've got mounts. Oh, they fixed Meteor Shower.
Today.
Yeah, they're deleting Ellie completely on Tuesday.
Easy,
boom.
yes.
Okay, easy. They're removing the class from the game.
You don't need it to farm anyways.
Back to 8 classes.
Okay, back to 8 classes. Let's go. Okay, Rev replaces Ellie. They give Meteor Shower to Rev.
Oh, I'm relevant.
Okay, nice. It's all good stuff. But anyway, that'll pretty much do it. Recycle Festival, yeah, but it's new. They're bringing new stuff back, dude. It's got new content on it. It's got loads of new stuff. It's going to be great. But anyway, that is going to do it for us for a little while in any case. I'm sure you'll be seeing us in the coming week especially. So yeah, prepare yourself. Right, follow MMO Inc. Seriously, you do this shit? You do this shit? Follow MMO Inc. on Twitter. Okay.
I just caught the copy paste.
Yeah.
That don't follow MMO Inc. So
Yeah.
No, except for the last one.
Except for the last one.
Yeah. Big's a snake. Big's a snake.
Follow MMO Inc. at Twitter. Big's a snake.
Yeah, it's a snake. Alrighty then. So, well, as our returning guest, it has been far too long. And a name change, in fact.
And a name change.
Since we've had Alex, a.k.a. RPG Shack, a.k.a. RPG Alex, a.k.a. Literally Playable.
Game.
Hey.
Got to keep you guessing.
Yeah.
Got to keep you guessing.
Why don't you? Yeah.
A mystery wrapped in an enigma.
Hit us with what you're up to these days.
Okay.
Where can we find you?
You can find me at twitter.com/MMOinks. Yeah, it's all just Twitter, Twitch, Literally Playable. I stream a few days a week. Got back into Guild Wars 2 something fierce the last few weeks after being a bit burned out, and also other games and RPGs get in the way. So if you like old RPGs, old school RPGs, and 80s metal, you should definitely come over and say hi, and not let Kev request songs. But yeah, so I do like RPGs, and obviously Guild Wars 2, getting back into it, and hopefully have some raids and stuff going on, and just all kinds of general games and fun and a receding hairline. So make sure you tune in for that.
You can watch it live.
Yeah,
as it recedes.
Further and further back.
Wow.
Slowly turns into Jebro.
On stream.
Yeah. And it gives a whole new meaning to the phrase boldathon, huh? I mean, damn, didn't it?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
The boldingathon. I mean, yeah. Okay. Then moving on. Okay. Well, guys, above me and Alex, we have the two Twitter users of the stream, and you know what? Okay, let's go over to the top left. Okay, the spiciest Twitter user in the Guild Wars 2 community by far. It is Deroir Mansplain Gaming.
Oh my god. You can find me on MMO Inks on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Easy MMO Inks. Remember that. Write that down. MMOINKS. Easy. Yes. No. It is. It's me, Deroir. Hi. You guys have been listening to my voice because I'm streaming every day. Easy. I'm on Twitch every single day. It's great. Fun content. Come join. Have fun. I'm also on YouTube because it's great. It's fun. This is a good game, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Easy. MMO Inks. Remember that. That's the tagline here.
Do it. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get it in on that action. And finally, it is. Okay. Well, it's yet another rando asshat. Okay. Get this man out of my feed. It's MMO Inks.
The MMO Inks meme never gets old, huh? Just
No, never.
it's gonna follow me everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at MMO Inks. We've been spending a lot more time on Twitch. Come on out, say hello. I'm a rando asshat apparently.
Aren't we all, man? Aren't we all?
Soon I'll be out of this feed. So thanks for watching today.
Okay. All right. So be sure to check out all of those fine content creators, guys. Follow, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. All that good stuff. And of course, if you like this stream, I suppose you can follow that one as well, right? And there's something Twitch Prime. Yeah, do it. Okay, hit the sub button right now. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be it for us. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the show. It was, it was good. It was good. Okay, I liked it. I liked it. We've had some good content, good memes, good laughs. Okay, I mean, apart from the whole bit where Deroir was kind of like endorsing 9/11, but you know, you got to, hey, it's a mixed bag. Okay. I
feel like my words have been twisted.
You just want to edit that bit out for the VOD.
Yeah. Hey.
Probably.
Hey, Kotaku, you want to have another go?
No.
You want to have another? Yeah.
Not again.
But yeah. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Follow all of us here. Subscribe to everyone. Get on Twitter, MightyTeapot, guys. Don't follow these other jokers, okay? Seriously, much less a chance of causing a shitstorm on mine, okay? Easy. Yeah. But anyway, that's it for us, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the future, we're sure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.